Millions of people hate their jobs, but sadly they keep going through that 9 to 5 pain till the day they retire. What they do not realize is that they can change their profession by studying part-time and by getting into tech. So in this video, I'm going to break down exactly on how anyone can get into tech in 6 to 8 months by studying part-time and start earning more than $70,000 per year. So let's get into it. An average American spends more time at their work than they spend with their family. But sadly, reports suggest that more than half of US population, they hate their jobs. What can be a more waste of your life than spending a majority of your life on something which you hate? Being in a profession you dislike can have significant negative impact on different aspects of your life. It can impact your mental health by causing stress and anxiety and low self-esteem. It can deteriorate your physical health by causing poor sleep and headaches. By the way, do you know most heart attacks happen on Monday mornings? I guess you know why. Being stuck at a job which you hate, it impacts your relationships, it impacts your financial well-being, and so much so it can lead to decrease in life expectancy. If you are one of those people who are stuck in a job which you hate, I have a solution for you, through which you can change your profession and get into tech career. And the reason I recommend tech career is that it is one of the fastest growing field. It is one of the very few white collar professions which do not require college degree or any kind of licenses. Anyone can learn it from the comfort of their home on part-time basis, and it offers one of the highest salaries in the market. There are thousands of people who are learning IT through certifications, through boot camps, through self-learning, and getting great jobs in tech. Here is an example of Hannah. She got her first $70,000 per year job by going through a certification. She did not had any experience. She did not had any college degree. Listen what she has to say about it.
So on my offer letter, the thing that was really crazy to see was where it said they wanted somebody with a requirement was an advanced computer science degree. I have 0 degrees. I have no degree. I am degree free. I have no anything from a college. And that was really where I think for us it locked in, where I was like, you don't have to listen to that. You can just completely ignore it. And you're not going to get called back every time, but you're going to get called back a lot more than you realize.
So if you want to transition into tech career, there are 2 things basically you have to figure out. One, you'll have to figure out what field within the tech you will be developing your expertise in. And second, you have to figure out how you'll figure out the expertise in that field. First, let's explore this what piece. Though tech may seem like a one field when looking from outside, when you go deep into it, you realize that tech is probably as diverse as a medical field. So when you look at medicine, you see there are psychiatrists, and then there are dentists, and there are physical therapists, and then there are pharmacists. There are just so many fields within medicine itself. Same is the case with tech. Within tech, there are dozens of job categories. So when you decide to develop your career into the tech industry, first you have to figure out which of these job categories you'll pick to develop your expertise in. Now, there are many factors which you should be considering while picking the field of expertise. One, what is the number of job openings in that field? Second, you have to figure out what is the competition in that field. Third, you have to figure out what is the projected growth of that job category. And fourth, perhaps most importantly, what is your interest level in that job category? Tech sales or DevOps or MLOps or anything else. So once you have figured out the what piece, that what job categories you will be developing your expertise in, the second is that how you are going to develop your expertise. There are mainly 3 ways through which people usually learn IT. First is the route of boot camps. There are many popular boot camps out there. The average boot camp graduate earns about $70,000 per year, and about 80% of these boot camp graduates, they get their first job after graduating from the boot camp. But let me warn you that these boot camps usually are very expensive. The average cost of a boot camp is about $15,000, and it is a lot of money which not everyone can afford. So that brings us to the second option, which is of certifications. Certification provides you a very detailed sort of a roadmap on what you have to learn, from where you have to learn it, and once you pass that certification exam, it gives you a good amount of confidence and also provides you a very valid credential which a lot of employers usually respect. The good thing about certifications are that they are not very expensive. An average certification would cost you anywhere from $100 to $500. Though it might still look a little expensive, but if you compare it against the cost of boot camps or university degrees, it is much lower. The only downside of certifications is that you do not find some reputable good certifications in every tech job category. So if you are planning to learn DevOps, cloud computing, project management, there are some great certifications around it. But if you're trying to learn web development, data science, there aren't many well-respected certifications out there for these fields. And the third popular option of learning is through self-learning, where you go through some books, courses, YouTube videos and try to learn something on your own. Though if you are starting from scratch and do not have a community which can guide you, then I would suggest that you stay away from the option of self-learning, especially in the beginning. And you do not have to decide on what job category you'll be developing expertise in first and then come to deciding on how you'll develop the expertise in, because deciding on how you'll develop the expertise also impacts what you'll be developing expertise in. For example, if you find that there are some very good certifications in one particular niche, so based on that, you can decide what you're going to develop your expertise in. I know it's a lot to cover, especially if you do not have much technical background. But if you want to learn more, I have created a separate video. The link should be somewhere here, in which I have explained for someone who do not have any prior background in tech, what are the 4 steps they can take to get their first job in the IT industry. Please check it out. I'm pretty sure you'll like it. Thank you so much.